Hey, I'm Call. Welcome to Learn with Call. This is an episode about a new film called This Is Not a Drill. It is streaming on YouTube now, and everyone should go check it out. But I'm going to talk about the film itself, why I think it's effective, and a lot of stuff along those lines. Okay, so I went to see this film last week on Earth Day. I went with a friend. I got the tickets through a friend, and it was a screening at Lincoln Center, and the filmmakers were there. The people who are featured in the film were there. So just being in the room with the filmmakers and the people who are highlighted in the film really connected with me, got my attention, got me excited about what the story is about, and that is what prompted me to make this video because I want other people to know about it and to watch it. Okay, so This Is Not Drill. It's a Patagonia Films documentary. And it highlights the grassroots fight against the fossil fuel industry and environmental racism, specifically targeting the expansion of oil and gas infrastructure like liquefied natural gas terminals along the Gulf Coast. So, yeah, it's about environmental racism and just massive, massive, constant pollution that's going on that we don't look at or we choose not to see. So the people in this film, these are real life people. The woman who really touched my heart perhaps the most was Rorschetta. She's an activist. She's an organizer. She lives in Southwest Louisiana, and she has seen how climate disasters are affecting her community, affecting her loved ones. And she had a line in the film that just moved me, which was, "We don't want to be resilient. We don't want to have to, do this stuff. We want to be normal. We want to live normal lives." And that just moved me very much. And I just think have to understand how the systems of environmental pollution and climate change disproportionately affect people who have been historically marginalized, who don't have money and resources. One of the main reasons this movement that people could kind of nail it down to words that you could really just get so fired up and angry about is basically the oil company doing these community meetings. The community said, "Hey, why do you have to do this here? There's a much more direct route for your pipeline that happens to go through the affluent areas." And the executive said, "This is the path of least resistance." That was a provocation. People got very angry. We're not the path of least resistance. We're human beings. We want to have our lives. We want to live and breathe and have children and enjoy ourselves. And we are human beings like everyone else. And, you know, to say something, it's helpful because it lays bare what the oil company was thinking, path of least resistance, but it also is painful to see that that's how this big business views a certain community of people. Okay, so this film, it looks at Louisiana and Texas. Rochetta was talking about how she wants to be normal. She doesn't want to live in survival mode. Communities should not have to live in a constant state of survival mode due to industrial pollution and climate disasters. True resilience is the right to live a normal life with clean air and water. What a concept, right? There's also another badass woman in this film named Sharon Wilson. She is in Texas, and she used these special cameras to show invisible gas leaks that people weren't even aware that was like constantly going on. And she was like, "No, this is happening all the time." And she publicized and she made people understand. There's actually a website you could go to, oilfieldwitness.org, and you can see what I'm talking about. She documented all these leaks of the toxic impacts of sulfur methane emissions in the Gulf Coast. And then, so in addition to Rochetta and Sharon, these two badass women, there's a really exciting and wonderful young man, Justin Pearson, who got organized a coalition of grassroots people in Memphis to fight this crude oil pipeline. I feel like I've seen Justin, he's a representative, he's in the House of Representatives, and he's just dynamic. And he came in person to introduce the movie, and he got everyone breathing together. And that I just thought was a beautiful move. People connecting. That's a good thing to do. Yeah, lastly, I would just say I love that Patagonia is funding filmmakers rather than old school advertising because it's effective and it's empowering creative people instead of robots and slop, right? If you're going to put messages out there and you're going to use a lot of power and energy and human attention, then you want to make sure that what you're putting out there is something of value. And that's what I think this film is. And I think it's a good model for the future of branding and marketing is to be conscious of what you're putting out there and just not adding to the noise. Check it out on YouTube. This is not a drill, the documentary.